Hey guys, this is Jared with Lightshine 3D Services. I just wanted to do a video today to show you the importance of using Job Manager. A lot of people don't realize that the Epilog Job Manager has some really neat ways to proof and preview your jobs to make sure that what you think is going to come out on a tumbler or whatever material you're engraving on, it will allow you to see exactly what's happening with the laser. So for example, today one of the members posted this picture of a tumbler that they weren't quite pleased with. You can see it kind of has jagged edges. And when I first looked at this, I started noticing on the pattern, especially here on the G, it's very uniform. You can see the dots are equally spaced. They look exactly like in a straight line. And then I noticed how it has all these little dots inside of the engraving itself. And a couple of things immediately came to mind. It looked like this was standard dithering, and it also looked like they may not have used the 100% black in their artwork. And the reason I knew this was because I always use Job Manager to preview my work. So I created a similar font and of a similar size for this engraving, and I made this 80% black. And what I'm going to show you now is when I send this to the printer, let me go to my settings here. Should have done this ahead of time. Sorry about that. I think this was 4. Engraving. So the laser, I'm just going to send the Job Manager, and I'm going to put it at 400 DPI. So I'm going to leave it at standard dithering. Doesn't really matter power speed settings I have right now. It's fine. And do raster. Okay, so when I send this, hopefully it just went. Let me pull up my Job Manager here. It did. So I double click on this, and then right here I can click on my preview, and when I start zooming in, it'll look really, really blurry for a while. But when you get closer, all of a sudden it shows you exactly what your image is going to look like. This is exactly where the laser is firing. Every little black dot you see is the laser burst hitting your material. Every little white dot you see is where the laser is not firing. That's the dither. So if you look at this, you can tell that there's going to be some places where you're going to get a jagginess just because of the dither pattern alone, combined with the 80% black. Now, ideally you want this to be completely black. You don't want any white gaps in here. Sometimes you can get away with this. Sometimes you can use this to your advantage when you're creating artwork that you want to have kind of a two-tone look. You can see exactly what's happening in the dither pattern here in the preview. So again, if you go to wherever your jobs are, just click on it, double click, and it'll pull up this screen. Click inside this window here, and then just start zooming in. Now quickly, I'm going to show you what it looks like when we swap these settings to more desirable. So if I go back to 100% black and leave everything else exactly the same, send it to the printer or send it to Job Manager. All right, now I have, it's not there yet. There it goes. All right, now when I zoom in, it is completely black. And you'll still notice a little bit of jagginess around the edges. That's fine. You're normally not going to notice that on the substrate. You may, you can change your DPI. This was at 400 DPI. If you run it at 600, it'll give it a smoother appearance. It'll start smoothing out these curves. But honestly, you're not going to notice much of that. Some people even will take their laser out of focus just a little bit, and that kind of smooths the edges a bit as well. So anyway, I hope this helps. Shoot me a message if you need to through the Facebook page, and I'll be glad to help you get this set up. One word of warning: if you've never used Job Manager but you have it installed, the first time you open it up, you're probably going to see every job you've sent to your laser is going to be having to load. So just be aware your machine may get frozen for a little while as those jobs load. You can possibly uninstall Job Manager and then reinstall it, and it might give you kind of a clean slate if that applies to you. But it shouldn't take more than a few minutes to load every job that you've ever created. Anyway, I'll be back with some more follow-up videos to show you some other tips and tricks, but I think that's long enough for now. So we'll catch you later.